Hi guys, welcome to Vintage Van Life. Now there's a lot going on at the moment, so now that I'm not working at Warwick Castle, I'm going to be moving on, and I'm intending on going to Pembrokeshire where I was last summer, except now this time it's going to be in the winter, so that's going to be interesting. But there are 3 vehicles that I need to deal with. This one, my Reliant, and Jolie's camper van. So Jolie's going to be joining me down in South Wales. So what we need to do is take my Reliant back to Sussex where I'm from, and we're going to do that tonight. So I'm going to drive this, Jolie's going to drive the Reliant, and then once I've spent a few days down in Sussex seeing some friends and family, I'm going to come back to Birmingham where we will pick up Jolie's camper and we will head from here down to Pembrokeshire. So the next few days are going to be unpredictable, most likely. We just have to see how it goes. Okay, so we're packing all the stuff we need. We've got the cushions from Jolie's camper, because if we do stop, then we can set up a sleeping arrangement down there on the floor. Hello.
Are you actually leaving?
We're leaving. And he's gone. What's going on, Jolie?
Hi. So this
You all
is
set?
my luggage.
Packing lighter than I am. So Jolie, we're about to head off on our maiden voyage. Are you looking forward to driving the Reliant nearly 200 miles?
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but I think it'll be fine. It's pretty cold out.
Just remember it's only got 3
I
wheels.
have 2 layers.
How's it going in here, Jolie?
I know. We have some sad news. All we've got is skim milk powder.
Oh, that is really bad news.
No oat milk.
That's not the worst news either.
On the way.
So the worst news isn't that we only have powdered milk. Why do we even have powdered milk? I guess it's better than nothing.
It's for emergencies.
I guess this is.
This is an emergency.
The Reliant, of the 2 vehicles I was expecting to have problems from, I thought it would be the camper, not the Reliant. But the Reliant has got a flat battery, and I'm pretty sure it's not charging. I think the alternator's gone because the headlights are getting dimmer and dimmer.
Yeah.
We've come to a service station. We're about 94 miles from our destination, and I went to turn the Reliant engine over. It just went just a click. Headlights are very dim. The camper van has not been running particularly well either. So I've got the engine cover off at the moment because the van has been running very unpredictably. Why would powdered milk, Jolie? Is just oh.
Oh, it's amazing.
You're making your tea lumpy.
Look at it. It's better than nothing.
And there's actually lumps swimming around in this tea. I mean, I don't know. It kind of tastes a bit like Weetabix, or maybe the box that the Weetabix is in. Cardboard. It would do. So the camper has been running very intermittently, so sometimes it wants a bit of choke, sometimes it doesn't want any. There was one point where I was driving along, I've been driving for quite some distance, maybe 30 miles, 40 miles, and then suddenly I needed full throttle, and then I had to go down to 3rd, and it just didn't quite fire properly. And I've adjusted the timing a couple of times and have made improvements. But it just kind of stopped on the road, didn't it? It's really weird.
Lost all power.
And I came to a stop for literally a few seconds, and then I drove off and it was absolutely fine. And then I was driving along and I'm doing nearly 50, it's driving really nicely, and then it starts to struggle and I pull out the choke. It's so variable, it's really hard to predict, but for the most part it is actually running fine. It's the Reliant that's let us down.
Oh, it's so sad. It was going
And
so well.
in the cab of my camper, driving its November in the middle of the night,
It's pretty cold tonight.
there's no heating in there at all, and I'm freezing up there. So we've come to the living part now. I've got the diesel heater on, and
the oven.
Yeah.
As an extra source of heat.
And a cup of tea
And
with
tea.
powdered milk. It's a really
I'm
great
sorry.
evening. What's going on, Jolie?
So we're just waiting for breakdown, but we're going to put some friends on.
And we've set up
'Cause we
the
have
sleeping
Netflix.
arrangements.
We do
So
have Netflix.
people might be saying, oh, it's a bit unfair that Jolie's sleeping on the floor and Alex gets the bed, but you're right next to the diesel heater down here, and you've got a nice comfy mattress and 2 duvets, so you'll be fine, won't you?
It's fine, it's cozy.
It's now past midnight, and the AA are saying because they're so busy, no one will be with us until about 2:30 in the morning. So they don't know that we have a camper van. You know, as far as they know, we're just sitting in a freezing cold Reliant, so we've got it easy in some regards, but I'm just going to go over to the shop and grab some bits and pieces. But this is not the start that I was looking for. I guess, considering it's the camper van that I will be taking to Pembrokeshire, not the Reliant, if one of them had to break down, I guess the Reliant is the better option. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning, and when I got through to the AA at, we got here at about 11:30, and we're on the phone for half an hour or so before they even picked up, and I said to them, the vehicle cannot be fixed, it must be recovered. And they said, no, we need to be the judge of that. And then they send a third party, not the AA, but a third party, and they came, and the mechanic said, yeah, this can't be fixed here, it needs to be recovered. And I was like, yeah, I know. So they said they have to get the AA to recover you all the way. So we sit and we wait, and then the AA have just phoned me and said they're sending a third party company, then they're going to recover us some of the way and then try to organise someone else to pick us up later on. And I said, well, can't you get someone from the AA, you know, the company that I've paid money to be with, to recover us? And I said, oh no, we can't do that. So it's like, why am I paying the AA for this appalling service? You know, my mum said to me once, Alex, you don't make it easy for yourself with these old vehicles, and tonight I might be inclined to agree with her. I imagine it's going to be daylight before we get home. Oh man, it's now 20:50 in the morning and the driver's just arrived. The whole idea of us driving through the middle of the night was because we wanted to avoid the M25 during any times of rush hour, and now we're straight there, so oh man. How are you, Jolie?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm gonna have a tea and a biscuit because
can you believe?
I need the energy.
Can you believe how long it's been?
I actually can't. We've been here.
It's been nearly 10 hours.
So we're gonna wait until the traffic dies down because it's like rush hour now.
What have you got, Jolie?
I have. So I have 2 warm Greg sausages.
Lovely.
I didn't know you were filming.
That's really, it's not that bad. So the van's running fairly consistently. It's not jump or kicking back, so when we stopped last night I just adjusted the timing just a little bit in the direction I thought it should go, and it seems to make quite a difference. So 67 miles to go and then we'll finally be home. gone pretty well. We haven't stopped. The van's been pretty consistent, but with the exhaust pipe blowing like it is, it's deafeningly loud. My ears are ringing, and there's also quite a lot of fumes around. And it's backfiring.
So Alex, what's it like being back in Sussex?
It's quite a weird feeling, I guess, but in theory we're only going to be here for a few days before we head back up to Birmingham. But in the meantime, I want to try and get the van running a lot better. Sort out that squealing for a start. Cool. At the moment, it just feels like this day won't end. So Jolie, she's got the train because she's heading back home, and she wanted me to drop her off here. And I've just been doing a little bit of work on my van. Just on the roadside here, I've taken the exhaust downpipe off because I've been to a local shop that I've used many times over the years to see if they could help me. So what I've got here is some exhaust sealer, but most importantly a compression ring to go in between the downpipe and the manifold. So this is about the 4th or 5th one that I tried. This is the most likely one that's going to help. But rather than trying to do all of this on the roadside, I'm going to put the exhaust back together as it is and then do this at a later stage. Right, so the last 24 hours have been absolutely mad. That's the worst breakdown I've ever had. The recovery took a long time. Now, I know I was a bit grumpy earlier on, but I was exhausted. And the people that are actually doing the driving and everything, the recovery guys, were really, really good. And they're very social. I made them cups of tea in here and stuff. And it wasn't a bad experience, I guess. It took a lot longer to get home than I was expecting. But the next step is driving from here back up to Birmingham, pick up Jolie's van, and then down to Pembrokeshire where my new adventures start. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.